This is okay. Yorushika? And is this a cover of Yorushika? August, a certain moonlight. Hachigatsu Bo Sukiakari by Yorushika with English captions. Sweet. And thank you, Dragonfly, for this request. Oh, by the way, I think we have a few more requests left for Bleats. Okay, it's not a cover. This is Yorushika. Let me start it one more time. Not a cover. Don't listen to what I said before. This is Yorushika. This guitar. And even though I guess this falls under Japanese pop, like that guitar lick right there, super fast, a lot of, sliding and hammer on stuff, not easy to play at that tempo. That is some high level guitar. Oh, sad. 8月号月明かり自転車で飛んで東伏見の高架橋小平富士見通りと商店街夜風が鼻をくすぐったこの胸の痛みは気のせいだ分かってた分かったふりをした I love that she's literally telling a story in the lyrics right now. I love that. Of course. Oh. Kind of a really sad song lyrically, but also I love how she referenced the 27 Club in there. Like a bit of an homage. Yeah, Grassy Knoll. Nicely said. I like when the band goes fast, but the vocalist takes their time with long vocal lines. Yeah, it's such a great, I don't want to call it a formula because each artist is so good. But it's like, this is why Marty Friedman moved to Japan. Like he explained on Rick Beato's interview, like those chords and chord progressions and changes between the verse, the pre-chorus, which had a really cool, chord progression following into the chorus, which was a bit of a key change, but that chord progression before the chorus made it so perfect, so cool. And it's not low effort stuff, it's really, really great composition and songwriting. Again, here we go. I can relate to the throat thing right now. Here it is. That chord progression for the pre-chorus is so sick. And I love how the piano came in again. And this is another trend I've been noticing through this J-pop music is the use of organic instruments, but especially piano. Like when you hear piano in American pop music, it's usually very simplistic or just chords playing. But to hear like an actual really great pianist who knows when to hold back and when to just let it go, and it sounds like they're almost like improvising over the track, or they've composed it so they have a lot of cool stuff to fill in the gaps of the other music, which you almost never hear, or I would say never hear in American pop music, you know, an actual great pianist playing on a track. That piano. Again, in America, when you hear piano on the radio, it's usually like playing a really simple line, like just one note at a time in a rhythmic loop, or else it's just playing chords like dun, dun, like Hey Jude style or something, or Let It Be, which was fine when the Beatles did it because they were revolutionizing a lot of other areas of rock, but now it's just so overdone. But it really doesn't. I can play it on piano, which when I say that, it doesn't mean much because I'm a very elementary level pianist. Where when I hear this stuff, it's like this person knows what they're doing. They know this piano inside and out. They can play all the way up and down it, improvising and make it sound great. You know, it's just on such a different level. And Rocket Talk Like using the word pop in a dismissive way, and definitely doesn't apply in Japan. Yeah, that's a really interesting thing to think about because in the U.S., it's kind of like when you say you're not a fan of pop or you dismiss pop music, you're kind of admitting you're in the minority of people. I guess it's like there's pop music and people who like pop music. It's the people who just, they like the vibe of music. They don't really care about the musicality. And then there's the people who appreciate musicality, want to hear, you know, true artists, master musicians playing and composing music. And sadly, that balance is really skewed here. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think about the psychology there. I guess there's just like a greater appreciation for art and skill in Japan. You know, they value it so much there. But I'm so glad they do because now I'm able to listen to great music like this and pretty much ignore the music that happens in America. And I know there's a lot of great talented bands in America too, which makes it even more sad because those bands deserve recognition and attention, but the people who have the power to spread those bands around and give them a break don't. You know, they don't care about that kind of music. They want like their playlists of 40 songs they can just loop because those are the labels, the distributors that pay the fee, the payola fee to get on the radio. So it's just like a big, you know, it's rough. Anyway, okay, sorry for that long rant. True, Glenn. Oh. Another awesome part. That little palm muted guitar line, just so fun. But I just want to address this too. Glenn, that's a great point. And it's sad because a lot of people think their focus is on getting on the radio. Like, they're always trying to get that radio-friendly song that they can send to a radio station and it'll pop, But it's a waste of time trying to get on the radio when there's places like YouTube where you can have this direct connection with your audience and find people who want that authentic music instead of, because when you make a song for the radio, it sucks the soul out of it, sucks the creativity out of it, because you're trying to copy a formula or a format instead of genuinely producing art. Someone actually sent me, I think it was Michael G, one of my patrons, sent me something about that, talking about how trying to get on the radio literally sucks the creativity out of making music, because all of a sudden you're giving yourself these rules that you need to follow to be on the radio and taking out your options basically for going wherever you want to with creativity. And it's sad that a lot of people, experts, tell you, like, you gotta bring a pizza to a radio station and get to know them and get them to play your song on the radio when, there's so much competition in that space. And on YouTube, you can directly connect with fans. It's so weird what a lot of musicians focuses on. And I used to be like that too, It's kind of a trap because it's more about building a community. And if you make great music, I haven't made great music yet. I just try to make music the best I can. And I really appreciate people who listen to it and enjoy it and comment on it. But I feel like if I made a truly great piece of music, people would notice and, it would gain traction. So that's always a goal. But at the same time, it's like just being part of the music community is so much more satisfying than that, because you actually are having these connections with people, building these communities. All right, I've been ranting too long. We got to get back to this song. I'm sorry, Dragonfly. Okay, let's back it up a little bit, get back in the vibe here. I love you, Raggo. Nice. Another cool outro. I love how introspective these lyrics were. Like, really going through a thought process of this whole thing. The 27 Club references, really cool. And talking about how rock and roll music, obviously, saved her. That's really cool. Like, music is so therapeutic. Anyway, oh man, we went into a big rabbit hole during the song. I mean, I did, and it just really got me thinking about how appreciative I am of this community, you guys, and being able to know music like this. And it's so inspirational.